I've got a Marks and Spencer's haul for you this morning. I got phyllo pastry. This is frozen because I want to practice the canapes that I'm going to make at the supper club, just to make sure they all work. But these are really cute little tins. They've got milk chocolate in them. The tiny little size. I got 3 of those because they were on 3 for 2. They're like stocking fillers for Christmas. I got some tins of food too. I got chicken casserole, Thai green chicken curry, and this one, which is beef casserole. Now, hopefully it's just a bit of an overreaction on my part, but there's been so much in the news recently about how we're going to have the most severe winter for 60 years and there'll be blackouts, and I just thought I'm going to start stocking up, and when I do my shopping, buy a couple of extra cans to store, because we've got our camping equipment, and if the power or anything went out, I'm going to get some extra gas cylinders, and we could cook this stuff up then on the camping stove. It's probably one of those stupid knee-jerk reactions that causes people to panic buy, but I just figured it's best to be prepared, just in case. You never know. And then on to more fun stuff. I got some pink and white marshmallows. These are the tiny ones because I'm going to make some of those hot chocolate stirrers for the blog, so I wanted to pop those in. I got this glitter juice drink. I don't know if you can see this that well on the camera, but the juice is filled with glitter, and I was just curious to try that one. It looks quite fun. Got a big tin of roasted pistachios because it's coming up for Christmas and that's the kind of time that you have nice pistachios. My obligatory prawn macaroni, because as you saw the other day when I made macaroni cheese, we didn't have any macaroni pasta, and it's just not the same if you use whole wheat pasta for macaroni, I don't think. I got a couple of bars of dark chocolate. This is also to do the hot chocolate stirrers, which is going to be for a blog post. Some baby Savoy cabbages and some kippers, which is for tea tonight. I left it a little bit late to do my shopping for my Foodie Pen Pals box, but I've got left over from my Tupperware days. I've got an old sushi maker, which is like a mould that makes nice, neatly shaped sushi. So I thought I would send that, and then I got this sushi stuff to go with it, and it's all from the same brand. It's all from Clear Spring, so it looks a bit like it's like a Clear Spring sponsored box or something. It's not. It's just they're the most available brand for getting Japanese bits, I suppose. So we've got some sushi rice, which is basically the sticky rice that makes good sushi. Some nori sheets, which you roll the sushi in. Some wasabi powder, which is quite interesting. They've called it Japanese horseradish powder, which I guess that's what it is. It packs a punch. And some kikkoman sauce, which of course is classic to go with sushi. So I'm going to pop that all together in my Foodie Pen Pals box this week as well. It might just be because I'm super lazy, but I don't see the point in using loads of pans to do the cooking when I can just put everything in at separate times, have it all ready together, and then only have one pan to wash up at the end. So I've just added the cabbage into this pan now. I know this is an odd recipe for cheese sauce. It's actually Heston's recipe, and he recommends using a chicken stock, but because I've already boiled the vegetables, I just think you lose so many nutrients into the water that way. If there's an opportunity for me to put those nutrients back into the dish, then I'll go for it. So this is the vegetable water that's just boiling, and this is my cheese that's coated in corn flour, and then you just pop that in the pan and it melts away. It'll boil away, it'll go quite thick because of the corn flour, and then I'll add a spoonful of soft cheese to it, and it just brings it all together in a nice sauce. You switch the heat off under it, but obviously there's still a lot of heat in the ring, and then you stir in the soft cheese and just gives it a nice glossy finish and thickens it, brings it all together nicely. I've just added the macaroni, the sweet corn and the cabbage into the cheese sauce. I'm going to stir that all through, bung the kippers in the microwave, and then we're ready to go. And this is our tea tonight. Kippers and macaroni cheese with some veg. So this is the sushi maker that I had that I was telling you about. So it's basically just a mould for maki, which means roll. sushi rolls. So you fill half of it with the sticky rice, and then you put your filling in, and then you put more rice on top, and you put the lid on it. You press the two halves together, and it gives you a perfect cylinder. And then you roll your cylinder of rice and filling in the nori, and then you slice it up, and it gives you a nicely shaped sushi. I think the box just looks a bit empty. I've got to put a note in it yet, but I'm thinking maybe I should have handmade something. I've kept to the budget. This stuff costs £10, so it's not a huge budget. You probably could get more for your money if you made something, I guess. I mean, that might be something that I'll have to look at next month. One of the things that I spoke about with Ismina, the nutritionist, last week was healthy puddings or healthier puddings that I could have instead of cake and things all the time. This was one I was quite interested to try because it sounded really nice, and it's baked bananas. So me and Trevor are going to share this, and I've just sliced up 2 bananas in a little ceramic dish. I'm going to pour over a cup of orange juice and then bake it in the oven, and we'll see what it comes out like. The idea is that the orange juice kind of caramelizes on the bananas and makes them nice and sweet. I've poured the orange juice over. I'm not really sure if that's too much, but I guess that's why we have experiments. So I'll pop it in the oven and we'll see what happens. So this is the bananas out of the oven. It's kind of a bit weird. I don't know if maybe using orange juice with bits in wasn't a good idea. It's kind of got an orangey skin on it, and there's still quite a lot of liquid left. It's been in there for a good 20 minutes though. I think I just put too much orange juice in. I think I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of desiccated coconut over the top though. I mean, it smells nice, so it should taste good. It's probably just messing around with the quantities to get the texture exactly right. Okay, let's give this baked banana and orange juice a try. So today this is a total first for me. I'm on my way to Harper Adams University, and I'm going to a networking group which is called WIRE, which is Women in Rural Enterprise, to talk to them about setting up the supper club and kind of like my journey from Tupperware consultant to food blogger to supper club host. I kind of got planned out what I want to say. I'm a little bit not nervous, more anxious about getting there on time because I've just been getting the bus and it's kind of late leaving. But I'll film some of it and let you know how it goes.
This is very nice.
The boxes are brilliant. So we're also tasting some fudge here today.
No, what we got here? There's just nougat.
So just finished at the WIRE meeting. It's been a lovely day. I talked about Supper Club, very well received. I've had such an amazing day today. It was amazing to be invited to the WIRE meeting to talk about the Supper Club, and it was really quite nostalgic just talking about how I'd arrived at the point where I am now, you know, starting out being a Tupperware consultant and where the blog is taking me. And it's really exciting to be launching the Supper Club, and just so many avenues that the blog is open for me that I didn't really ever imagine it would do. You know, I really just started writing it so my Tupperware customers would have somewhere to find my recipes. I didn't envision that I would be, you know, now starting a catering project with my mum, or that I'd be getting, you know, the great opportunities to go and see famous people cooking. That, not just famous people cooking. I just didn't imagine I'd be getting the opportunities to suddenly start a catering business with my mom, and I didn't really think I'd have this kind of a platform, this kind of an audience, that anyone really would be interested. It's just really been a humbling day, and it makes me really appreciate how far actually I have come, because sometimes you're plugging away and you're putting stuff out there, and it's nice to know that people are listening. What would you say? Listening, reading, watching. It's nice to know that someone is appreciating what you're doing as well. So while we were making canapes, Trevor was at a wine tasting session, and he's come back with these wines from Tanner's and a couple of bottles of sparkling Pinot Noir. I'm having some egg chopped up in a cup. I don't know if anyone else knows that as a dish, like egg chopped up in a cup is exactly what it says in the tin. But somehow it just tastes better if it's mashed in a cup rather than a bowl. So it's just 2 eggs, a little bit of butter, and I'm going to put a blob of salt in it. But it's a really satisfying lunch, and I've got one of Trevor's homemade rolls to go with it. We're having a stir fry tonight. It's kind of a leftover stir fry. I've got a little cabbage, a big pile of parsley, a pepper, some spring onion, and I'm going to do it with some noodles, some sesame seeds. I'll have a look what other nuts I've got and put a bit of ginger into it. It's just basically using up what's left in the fridge because we're due to go shopping soon. This is our tea. Just some noodles and leftovers from the fridge, kind of a sweet and sour sauce on it, and lots of sesame seeds. Good morning. I am just soaking my mushrooms because tonight I'm going to make the one of the Korean dishes, but it doesn't mention anywhere in the recipe about soaking these mushrooms. They're only actually in the pan for like 3 or 4 minutes, I think. And so I'm going to soak them this morning because they're really dry. They need to be rehydrated. And I'm out all day, so I might not have time to do it when I come in. I think it is quite a quick dish to make. I just need to prep these for it. And I thought I would actually soak them in sherry, Noilly Prat sherry. This isn't the greatest sherry, but we use it for cooking. And I think it'll go quite nice with the soy and sesame flavours. So I'm going to give that a go. So once again the train was delayed. That is an awful train, so we decided to come out for dinner, and while we're here it turns out it's happy hour and cocktails are half price. I'm just going to make the most of it, and we'll save the mushrooms for tomorrow. This is Trevor's Girly Cosmopolitan, and I'm having this cocktail which is called Scarlett O'Hara, and I did just choose it for the name. This is Trevor's calzone, bolognese calzone, and I'm having a linguine. It's very dark in here. More cocktails have arrived. This is an espresso martini, and this is dark and stormy. This is Trevor's drink this time. Morning. I didn't really record anything yesterday. I was working most of the day, and we had a meal from the Kitchen Nomad box for dinner, which I think I did a separate video of the opening of that Kitchen Nomad box. It was a really good box. We had a Korean dish for dinner. I'm going to write a blog post about that too. So I'll link all of those below so you can see what we did eat yesterday. And yeah, sorry about that. It was just a busy day and the camera battery was kind of dead in the evening. But I've got lots of cooking bits going on today because we're going to Mum's house and we're trying some canapes that we're going to be doing for the supper club. So that'll be really fun. So I got sent this powder from the Eden Project. It's called Baobab powder. It's a fruit powder, and it's from like the upside down trees. You know, it's powdered fruits. These fruits from the upside down trees. Apparently, it's very good for you. They sent a whole like press release with it. More antioxidants than blueberries, and it's going to be the new super fruit, allegedly. So they sent us this to have a go at doing a breakfast with it. So we're having our pancakes this morning, and we're just going to put a couple of spoonfuls in it and see what it tastes like. I think it's kind of a citrusy taste, but we'll open it properly and have a look. I'm making polenta style lollipops for the canapes, having a go at it. This is the polenta, some water, chili powder and a dash of soy. So the polenta is quite firm now, and I'm just going to lay it out flat in a dish to cool. Polenta stars have had the addition of tomato, salt, capers and glitter, and this is a tasty bite.